Okay, here we are. Good morning, everybody. We're here for our weekly Marion County Board of Commissioners meeting. It is Wednesday, May 10th already. Oh my gosh. 2023. We're here in the Senator Hearing Room at 555 Court Street. As always, we start with the Pledge of Allegiance, so if you'll please join us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have one person signed up for public comment this morning, James Weigel.
Good morning.
James, if you'd like to come over to the side chair there. Good morning. Welcome.
Beautiful day out there this morning.
It's gorgeous.
Well, I came down to talk about the gates up there in the North Fork area. I kind of want to know who authorized the gates blocking the county roads and who paid for them, how long they're going to be there closed to the public. I was told it was to prevent wildfires and theft in the area. We're a county of laws, not men. And the first thing, the fire burnt everything, all the fuel and everything, so the wildfire's not going to happen again in that area. Second, the theft, it's against the law. As for the safety, everyone driving on a county road knows what hazards and risks are. A simple sign would have done the same thing that a gate does. My biggest problem is every gate that I've ever seen put in anywhere since I was born and raised here, they're temporary, but they're still up today. It's blocking the public lands. It's basically a recreational corridor there. I know there's private properties up there. I have nothing against that. If somebody wants to block their driveway, that's fine. That's their property. But I don't feel as a person paying taxes and whatnot, I should be restricted to certain areas that's open to the public. And part of it's not even county property. So the gates that are up there, they're supposed to be temporary. In 1980, I remember about 84, with the spotted owl and everything got gated. My grandfather put a lot of those roads in up in that area back in the 30s and 40s. And it wasn't for timber, it was for the miners. If you go up to Evans Road, at the end of the county road, that's all paved. And the reason that it was paved is because it's a steep grade, and those miners, that's how they was getting everything out of there. So I've got a grandson, and I'd like him to grow up the same way I did. Go up there fishing, hunting, hiking, camping. Can't do it. Paying him for gold, just messing around, getting him off those cell phones, and you know. Another safety issue up there is everybody's got a cell phone now. I mean, I've been up there when it was just storming, you know, nice day, and things turned south, and I'm still here, you know. Trees falling, snapping, whatever. It's not a safety issue. I was up there recently. I'm a contractor, and I do a lot of roofing. And I noticed that Pioneer Road is gated, and it's all cemented in. I mean, it's not temporary. Obviously, Little North Fork, Gates Road is closed off. Pack Saddle's got a new one on it. Brightonbush had one up on 46. It's cemented in. It's open, but it's cemented in. French Creek was gated in the 80s, and 90% of the time it's open, but it's been locked for before the wildfires. I don't know what's going on up there. I just think that when we install roads or gates on the county roads, we're asking for trouble, because those all the roads up in the woods are actually fire blocks. And if you gate it, the trees grow up through it. When we do get a fire, it's just going to burn right on through. There's no fire block anymore. And any road that's not being used is not going to do the purpose that it was there. One, for people to be able to get up in there and get back out, and two, to act as a fire block when we do have a wildfire. So I don't know if you want to answer any of my questions or if you know.
Well, I appreciate you coming in and speaking to us today. We don't normally respond to public comment, but
Sure.
I will tell you that decision has been made that sometime after Labor Day, the gates will stay there, but they will be open.
Okay.
We did not put temporary gates in. They're gates that have to be permanent. If you're talking about the Little North Fork, that is a board order that this board made to close down for many reasons, and they will be open sometime after Labor Day. We've made that decision. So you'll be able to get up there and hunt and fish this fall. And I really appreciate your appreciation of public lands. We have no control over the federal BLM or the U.S. Forest Service on what their road closures are. You know, you mentioned French Creek and you mentioned Brighton Bush Road. That's not our road.
Right.
So I just want to thank you for being here and being one of those people that has a heritage in the canyon. And we're going to do the best we can to get that thing open and our parks open. 2 of our parks open for day use. We've had, 3 or 4 town halls now up there telling the people what we're working on, getting their input for parks recovery, etc. So we know it was a situation that none of us could have predicted. It was a disaster. We've all suffered. Everybody suffered. The people that live there, the people that hunt there, and I really appreciate you coming in today. But we are working on it. Yeah.
Okay. And then I wanted to thank you for the relief on my taxes up at Detroit.
You're welcome.
Because of it. Seriously.
You're welcome.
Commissioner,
Wait.
do you mind if I just add real
Wait.
quick? Commander Stuttery, would you raise your hand in the back of the room? He's our enforcement.
I used to work with Jamie's brother Jerry.
Great. Well, if you asked a lot of really good questions, and I'm sorry that we didn't do a better job of promoting our answers to the questions
Well,
that you
that's fine.
asked.
I just
Well, we could do better at that because you didn't know, and we've worked really, really hard to what I thought was getting this message out. So we'll work better at that. But I think that Commander Stutrud and also Sheriff Cast, who's back there, potentially could answer some additional questions that you kind of added in your information today that I think would be helpful for you, and then for you to share with your friends and neighbors, because we really want them to know that we don't want the roads to be closed. But this was a necessary situation.
I understand that.
And in our mind, it was temporary, and it will open later this year.
Okay. And then I brought in just to show you property that I've got on Cherry Avenue, and the taxes in 1962 was $15.62. And I brought in a copy of the taxes I paid this last year, $17.29.25.
Cherry Avenue here.
Yeah.
In Salem?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just brought it just to show you, you know.
As
It's ironic because growing up here, you know, you get over Corton Road, it was nothing over there, you know, it was all gravel roads and the monies that we spent. And the reason I picked this one here is 1962, we paid the taxes to the sheriff. And in 1963, we elected.
Don't give him any ideas.
yeah.
Well, we elected a board of commissioners to control money. And agree with the sheriff to do the laws.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
this weekend. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for
Thanks.
coming
Have a
in.
good day.
Yeah, you guys have.
Chair Willis, you have the gavel.
Okay. Next, do you have anybody else sign up for public comment?
No, it's just James. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, so we have 2 proclamations. First up, we're going to consider approval of proclamation designating the week of May 7th through 13th, 2023 as Facilities Management Week in Marion County. Good morning, Tamara.
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Tamara Gatch, Director of Business Services. And I'm joined here today with fine folks from our Business Services Department who we are recognizing today. However, I also want to mention that we did make a deliberate effort to reach out to other organizations in our community that do similar work, because it's not only recognizing the good work that happens in Marion County, but what happens across our county and across the United States and beyond. So today you have a proclamation before you for consideration. This particular day, which is called World Facility Management Day, was originally recognized and initiated in 2009 by an organization by the name of Global FM. And the purpose of this day is to recognize, appreciate, celebrate, and and bring forth all the contributions of the individuals working in facilities management. You might ask, or the viewers might ask, what's facilities management? It isn't just doing the hard work that we know of fixing our air conditioning, making sure our heating systems are working, making sure that we have water in our buildings and that everything is operating appropriately. It's also the facilitation of what it takes behind the scenes. And beyond that, it also includes folks that do hospitality. They're the ones who bring forward good things to people who visit our public and private buildings throughout our county. It includes custodial supports, etc. So today I'm just here super excited to just shine a light on the work that these fine folks do for us in Marion County and across our county. And making sure that we recognize that in order for us to have well-maintained facilities, it starts with quality control in the front end, making sure that we have architecture and engineering services, contract services, supports for people, and information on how to prepare and promote the well management of our facilities, and implementing technology where it makes sense so that we can save money and save energy. Today we have the proclamation before you for consideration, and I invite any questions.
Any questions, comments?
Well, I'm glad we're doing this today because we're going to need air conditioning this weekend.
Most definitely.
All right? I kind of noticed it yesterday. In fact, I was going, hey, I think the air conditioners are starting back up. You always get that initial breath of fresh air, right, when they start up. So I just want to say thank you to those that are doing the work that we don't see. And in fact, I did the interview yesterday with the consultants about business services, and it's really interesting in the fact that, you know, situations where they're out there every day, every night, whether it's cleaning carpets, or I remember using the machine in the jail to do the floors and all that. And we just want to say thank you for that, because it's as a hospitality person, you know, I always used to say if the dishwasher stopped washing dishes in our restaurants, what would happen? We would have shut down, right? And so I just want to say that everybody who plays a role in business services, in maintenance, all those things are really important to us. So we appreciate you. Thank you.
Ditto.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I would add is I see a bunch of you here today. I feel like you all kind of keep the culture of Marion County alive. So I appreciate you saying hi to me and chatting with me a little bit about your work. And I appreciate the spirit of public service that you guys have. I know that it's actually pretty important because you're all throughout the whole county. So you're in all the different buildings and all the different things that we do. And so the culture and attitude you bring to your work does have an impact on the whole county. And I say this sometimes to some of our department heads. It's way better to leave a position open than to hire somebody who doesn't want to be here, or doesn't have a heart for public service, or doesn't care about our community. And I really do feel like your team, Tamara, and the facilities management folks have that heart and have that spirit of public service, and it matters. It matters to the whole county. So thank you for bringing this forward, and thank you for keeping that spirit alive here in Marion County. I really appreciate it.
And I do want to recognize that we don't have any of our custodial team here. They finished at 1 a.m. this morning, despite my encouragement to be here. I think they're in bed sleeping. I'm just hoping that they're going to have something on their tables when they arrive at work at 4:30 today. That's great.
All right.
All right, ready for motion, Mr.
Yeah,
Chair?
please.
Mr. Chair, I'll move that we approve a proclamation designating the week of May 7th through the 13th, 2023 as Facilities Management Week in Marion County.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes.
Okay.
Take it away.
Before the Board of Commissioners for Marion County, Oregon, in a matter of proclaiming the week of May 7th through the 13th, 2023 as Facilities Management Week in Marion County. This matter came before the Marion County Board of Commissioners at its regularly scheduled public meeting on May 10th, 2023. Whereas facilities management is critical, strategic business discipline which integrates people, places, and processes within a built environment with the purpose of improving the quality of life for people and the productivity of the core business. And
Whereas World Facility Management Day aims to recognize the efforts of the facility management profession anywhere that facility management professionals influence the health, safety, productivity, and well-being of people who utilize the built environment. And whereas facility management professionals, whether government or private sector, continually learn about and implement best practices to keep facilities open and maintained in a safe manner. And
Whereas we're grateful for the contributions that facility management professionals make on a daily basis to infrastructure, the safety of Marion County residents, and our economy. Now therefore be it resolved, the Marion County Board of Commissioners asks everyone to join together to thank the Marion County facilities management professionals who serve in these roles throughout our county and proclaim May 7th through 13th, 2023 as Facilities Management Week.
thank you. Yeah, would you all join us in the front for a photo? You came with your smiles, right? Yesterday, we barely walked downstairs.
what did you do? You had a leg day?
Yeah.
Yesterday?
Even with high heels on, I can't go down.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always, no, right in the middle.
Come on, you guys.
Right where you are.
Somebody has to take one. Take
Yeah.
You can stand by me.
There you go.
Thank you, yeah.
Hold it like that. Just
All right, we're gonna do two pictures, one with John and then one with Matt.
Okay, you ready? Everybody look right here. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
One more.
Ready?
2, 3, 1.
Yeah, we're good. I only got two.
What do you do? Thank you.
Congratulations.
My husband's a plumber.
You guys got phones still looking? Yeah, I like that. Look good. Looking good.
I'm scared of Chrissy. I just told this story yesterday about she goes to life now, so I won't. There you go.
And we're gonna exit, so thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, we got another one coming up.
It's his last proclamation, I think.
We have,
Thank you.
we're going to consider approval of a proclamation declaring May 15th through 21st, 2023 as National Police Week in Marion County. And I see Sheriff Cash with a tie on, which is, if it's not a first, it's awfully close. Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning, Commissioners and Mr. Chair. Yeah, we're here to talk about
Careful, he's short time.
this Memorial Week and the proclamation related to that. I'm going to read a letter, but I'm going to let Commander Stetry go first, and then I'll read the letter when you're done.
And for the record, I'm Jeff Stetver, the Enforcement Commander with the Sheriff's Office. So I'm here to talk about Law Enforcement Appreciation Week. So a little background, in 1962, President Kennedy proclaimed May 15th as National Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the week of the 15th as National Police Officers Week. And it's really to honor and recognize the great work that all of our law enforcement folks do, specifically for the Sheriff's Office. The deputies and the sworn staff do an amazing job throughout the year. You know, and it's not always in the easiest times, you know, as we've been talking about for the last several years, the emergency situations, Mr. Weigel was talking about the fires. You know, that was a time that has affected all of us, and it's just been the amazing work that each one of them have done through all of that, and then they continue to do through, you know, the hiring challenges, staffing shortages, and things like that. So it really just is, you know, a little simple way for us to recognize the great work that they do. And I will say that there will be food Monday and Tuesday. You're all invited. Noon and 6 o'clock at the PSB building. And with that, I'll turn it over to the sheriff to talk about a letter.
So on May 2nd, I received this letter, and I just want to tack on, I know how much support we get from the county, from the commissioners, from the board's office, but also the community. But this was a really neat letter that we got on May 2nd, and it just goes, Dear Sheriff Joe Cast, my name is Isaac Nafez, and I am a Criminal Justice Academy student at Mission Hills High School in San Marcos, California. My instructor, Dan Settle, is having us do a research project on fallen peace officers in honor of National Police Officer Memorial Day. I am writing to you to let you know that I have chosen to do my project on Deputy Kelly James Fredenberg. As you know, Kelly Fredenberg died in the line of duty here responding to a code 3 call on June 16th of 2007. As part of my project, I will be doing a speech about Deputy Fredenberg and telling my classmates about his service to your organization. I found Deputy Fredenberg on the Officer Down Memorial Page website. I was sad to learn about the tragic vehicle collision he was involved in. I am sure he was a brave deputy who served the citizens of Marion County well, and I wish I had the chance to meet him. Please extend my deepest condolences to the rest of the deputies on the department and let them know that they are not alone. Respectfully, Isaac Nafez. And it's just a really neat letter to get from not even our community, but from outside the community. And I worked with Kelly Fredenberg, and Kelly was an amazing investigator and a great coworker, a great friend for everybody. And so this letter really touched me when we got this letter. So I just wanted to share that with you all.
I knew Officer Fredenberg, but as a youth, it's surprising all these years later that it's so impactful.
It's tough to read the letter.
Sorry.
No, I was glad to get it.
And his father built a home right behind mine up in Detroit. So I see him every once in a while. Yeah, that family has been through a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, but I will say, you know, we invest almost 80% of our general fund in public safety, and safety first and last. And whether you're working in public works, the health department, up here, you know, we always want to put that first in what we do, because if we're not safe, it's stressful. I mean, you think about, you know, the things that happen to our youth and things that people get in stressful situations, and keeping people safe is really important. And you and your men and women are the front lines of that every day. And I know all of us have done ride-alongs with Sheriff's Office, police departments, state police, and I am always amazed at the things that I get to see just in those short times that y'all do. So, and then the whole process, you know, we struggle to staff it, to find the people, and just thank you for the extra stress, like Commander, you said, what we've all been through, and the fires and the ice storms and heat storms, trying to make sure people were safe. Yeah, thank you. Can't say enough.
We will have a new boat for all of you to come to on the lake here this summer. So.
What
And a new deputy.
Can we have
driving
New
it.
deputy, correct,
I look
yeah.
forward to meeting him.
can we have the old one? Can we have the old one as a commissioner's boat for the lake?
No.
I guess not.
We don't pay for
Which
commissioners'
one?
votes.
Wait a minute, because, wait, because the former Marine Patrol deputy loved that orange pontoon boat. Is that still around?
It
We
is
should
still
actually
around,
give
but it
it
has
to him.
green
See where he
sponsons
is.
now.
Green pontoons?
Yep,
Yeah.
they were replaced.
Okay, he loved that boat.
Yeah.
I think we should give it to him so we know where he is on the lake
Yeah,
when he comes
I
up
might
this year.
say he probably liked it because he wasn't a good driver and banged into a lot of stuff.
That one's
He-
gonna come back.
he would
He's
bump,
gonna hear about that in a
that's
meeting
true,
later.
he could bump up against my boat and not
He's
hurt
probably
it.
watching right now.
He
That was
probably
pretty
is.
mean at a public meeting.
Hey,
But-
we've been on
but
that boat. I can
He's,
attest to his
he's such a
driving
good driver, it got him promoted to sergeant, right?
Maybe it was despite his boat driving skills. That's why he's not at the lake. No. You know, I think it's, one of the things that I was thinking about as you were talking, Sheriff, is how frequently our folks risk their lives in their work. Just in the last couple of months, we've had 3 officer-involved shootings. In each case, the suspect was the one who fired the first shots at the officer. I just think it's something where I'm so appreciative for the bravery of our police and sheriff's deputies in this community. I remember being in Sublimity with you guys the night of the fire when the teams were up there. And I think for whatever reason, we don't talk about bravery as much anymore. But that's just not something that, like, when you read the newspapers, you talk about, you know, but it's a real virtue, and it's something that we have folks who, they put themselves last, and they put other people in our community first, and they put the safety of us first. Every day they go out there and they do that. And so I think it's really appropriate that we're doing this, and we're thinking about them, and we're honoring them, and promoting that, and really highlighting that's not a common virtue. It's not common to be courageous. It's an exceptional thing. It's a special thing, and we're lucky that we still have people today in this community right now who are willing to put their lives on the line and put themselves last for the safety of other people in our community. And I just want to say how grateful I am for those folks, both in the county and in our various police agencies around the county. Really extraordinary people continue to serve us, and that's really a blessing to our community.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I know we've talked about it before. Quietly courageous is one of those things that you don't hear about a lot because it is quiet courageous. There's a lot of things that we do that we consider routine that our folks do. We have phenomenal people that do that job, and it's an honor to be a part of the team and watch them do the work that they do. And you're right, it is a trait that goes unnoticed sometimes. Appreciate that.
Yeah. All right, Commissioner Bethel, do you want us?
Yeah, before I make the motion though, I just want to say that I'm sorry that our society doesn't celebrate and appreciate police more, like weekly and daily. I had a sergeant stop by my home the other day, building a chicken coop. And, you know, they drive by, they're in different places, and of course, I'm a commissioner, and I waved at him, and he came in, and I talked to him for a little bit. And in the middle of our conversation, a call came in. I don't live in the north end of the county, and it was a call that he needed to be at. So he got in his car, lights and sirens, and took off to get there because a terrible situation had occurred, and of course, I heard it over the radio. And, you know, he went from this, how are things going? There's some things going on out here in your community. We're trying to make ourselves present and seen. Just a really conversational space, to him literally just turning around and driving into a situation where, you know, an officer was in the middle of a really dire situation, and he's the supervisor on duty, and they need help. And nobody gets to experience that firsthand, if really ever. And I just think it's profound. Yeah, it's the quiet courage, but it's also just their willingness to care for other people. Somebody was doing something really bad and was going to harm a lot of people in this particular moment. And I really appreciate how the team handled it. Thankfully, citizens weren't hurt, and they were able to contain the situation and just really, you know, bring the level down. And there's frustrating rules and laws now that kind of restrict our officers, specifically enforcement, from really kind of doing what they would like to see done to protect the community in a greater way. And so I don't know why anybody is a police officer anymore, to be honest, because the government makes it so freaking difficult to want to protect your neighbor. But I think our team does a really good job of respecting the laws, whether they like them or not. They follow the laws, and they share them with transparency. And I think we need to do more showcasing what's really happening out on the street. Because even I don't know. You know, I went on a ride-along in the end of 2020 on a night shift. And boy, a lot happens when most of the world is sleeping that we aren't aware of. And I wish we could put like a Vice, like, videographer in the seat of some enforcement deputies, you know, between the hours of like 6 p.m. and 4 a.m. Because I think the world would really be surprised at what our officers do, and the jail staff, frankly, what they're dealing with. So I'm going to do better at trying to make sure we're showcasing the good work of not just Marion County Sheriff's officers. There's a lot of officers in our county that do great work in collaboration and in support of our citizens, and I'm really grateful for them. So Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve a proclamation declaring May 15th to 21st, 2023 as National Police Week in Marion County.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. The motion passes.
Before the Board of Commissioners for Marion County, in the matter of proclaiming the week of May 15th through the 21st, 2023 as National Police Week in Marion County. This matter came before the Marion County Board of Commissioners at its regularly scheduled public meeting on Wednesday, May 10th, 2023, to proclaim the week of May 15th to the 21st, 2023 as National Police Week. Whereas the week of May 15th through the 21st, 2023 has been declared National Police Week. And
Whereas members of the law enforcement agency within Marion County play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of our residents. And whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the duties, responsibilities, hazards, and sacrifices of their law enforcement professionals, and that members of our sheriff's office recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property, by protecting them against violence and disorder, and by shielding the innocent against deception and the weak against oppression. And
Whereas the women and men of the Marion County Sheriff's Office Enforcement Division unceasingly provide a vital public service. Now, therefore, the Marion County Board of Commissioners, in gratitude for the dedicated public service and sacrifice, hereby proclaim the week, May 15th through 21st, 2023, as National Police Week in Marion County.
before we take the picture, can we just say that this is probably Sheriff Cass' last proclamation? Unless you're going to bring another one for us, like at the end of June, proclaiming your retirement.
I think this is it.
That's probably why he wore a tie.
I know.
Could be what the wife suggested.
Good job, Noel.
I haven't seen you in a while. We got to see you twice.
Alrighty, ready? Look here, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thanks.
Wait, hold on. Jane, will you come get in this picture?
All right, 1, 2, 3. Good to go. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, sure. You gotta bring that back. I already got one.
Perfect, deliver the signed copy.
Maybe you can be the videographer in July.
Okay. We're gonna let everybody get out of here, and then we're gonna consider our consent agenda. Commissioner Cameron, I believe it's your turn.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I'll move the consent agenda. First item under Board of Commissioners, OLCC application recommended approval, the Pink 2 Inc., DBA, the Pink Elephant, I've been there, Salem, Oregon. Under OLCC application, to recommend approval of Genuine Food Lab LLC, DBA Genuine Foods, Salem, Oregon. Don't know that I've been there. Public Works, approve amendment number 2 for the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA Memorandum of Understanding between Marion County Board of Commissioners and Marion County Public Works to reduce the grant award from $1 million to $800,000 for the LeBron Road resurfacing project through December 31st, 2026. And under Public Works, approve an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Woodburn for the annexation and jurisdictional transfer of a portion of Butteville Road located within the city's urban growth boundary.
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes. Okay. And Katrina, you're up next. Natalie? And we're going to consider approval amendment number 2, the contract for services with Matthew Peeler to add $300,000 for a new contract total of $534,000 to provide skilled medical assessments and supervision through February 10th, 2024. Good morning, Katrina.
Good morning. For the record, I'm Katrina Griffith, the Health and Human Services Deputy Director, and we have Natalie. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Natalie Stone. I'm the RN Program Manager of the medical teams in behavioral health.
Good to see you again.
So we are here today for a second amendment to Matthew Peeler's contract. This was a bit of a math error, and so why we're back here requesting more funds. And we've also done a salary study, and so you'll see us back here probably a few more times because we're requesting increases for some of our prescribers. So Matthew Peeler, we gave him a little raise, and he's also one of our ACT prescribers. And so if you work with the ACT team, there is a $25 differential. And so in order to get us through the end of 2023 through February of 2024, we are requesting $300,000. That will give us a little cushion so that if we request additional hours or we need to have him spend more time with the ACT program, that we will be able to do that. The rate is $145 an hour, which was a $10 increase from the first amendment to this contract. Let's see if I want to say anything else about that.
Could you just tell the world what ACT means?
I will have Natalie do that part, please.
So the ACT team stands for Assertive Community Team. And they're a little different in that they have appointments and they do see our clients who have severe and persistent mental illness, but they kind of use creative methods. They go out into the community, so if the clients are homeless or if they're at a hospital, Matt will actually go out into the community and see the clients out there. Currently, we have a vacancy in our ACT RN position, so Matt has also been doing injections and things like that. So he provides skilled medical assessment, and he's a prescriber. He's a psychiatric mental health practitioner. So the ACT team does get a differential because the work is, it's harder. You're going out to the communities, you're going to homeless camps to find your clients, sometimes you're in a setting that, you're not in your office, or so he does do office work, telehealth, and then out in the community.
Great.
Mr. Chair,
Yeah, please.
would you mind getting me a report on the number of clients who he's serving that are unsheltered?
Yes, we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. There are unsheltered folks that do not participate in the ACT program that we are serving in behavioral health. Would you like that information
I'd
as
love
well?
just yes,
That's a good
please.
point.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see, well, a lot of things
Yeah.
around that unsheltered population. Haha, yes.
Yes,
Well,
a lot of things.
I had so much to say, but I'll keep that for later. So, you're welcome.
That's a good stat to have.
Katrina, I just want to clarify, this is a not to exceed contract, right? So what we're
Right.
agreeing to pay is we're agreeing to pay $145 an hour.
Yes.
And we're giving ourselves, we don't have to come back if we spend up to $300,000, if he does that many hours, right?
Correct.
But we're not necessarily agreeing to just write him a $300,000 check. He has to do the work to earn it.
That's correct. It is up to 36 hours per week.
Okay.
And so this amount will give us a little wiggle room depending on how much time he's on ACT, or if the prescriber quits and we're like, hey, can you do a couple weeks of 40 hours? Or
Yeah, and it's been hard getting folks, we had a lot of vacancies in our behavioral health team, right? So having somebody who's willing to do this work and willing to do that much of it is a good thing.
Right, which is another reason why we did a salary study as well. And since then, I think we've been a little bit more successful. And so we'll be back here to ask for a contract for a children's mental health nurse practitioner who's willing to be here in person. Currently, we just have 2 telehealth providers. I don't believe they come in person at all.
It's been about 3 or 4 years since they've had a prescriber in person at Children's Behavioral Health. So we're excited to have a new provider who will be there at least 4 days a week.
Natalie's doing a great job with getting people in person rather than providing telehealth services, because the intensity for these folks, it really, a lot of them do better with in-person services.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense to me. Okay, Commissioner Bethel, would you make the motion?
I move to approve amendment number 2 to the contract for services with Matthew Pyler, PMHNP, to add $300,000 for a new contract total of $534,000 to provide skilled medical assessments and supervision through February 10th, 2024.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks
Nice
for
to
your
see
work.
you.
All right, Andrew, you're up next. We're going to consider approval of the purchase order with Premier Truck Group of Portland, the amount of $224,065 for the purchase of one 2024 Freightliner 4,000-gallon water truck for the Browns Island Compost Facility through April 30th, 2024.
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Andrew Johnson, Marion County Public Works. I'm here to ask the board to consider purchase of the 2024 Freightliner 4,000-gallon water truck. This will be utilized at our Browns Island compost facility and construction demolition landfill. It's a pretty valuable tool that we utilize at both aspects of that facility. Just for the record, for 2022, we took in about 60,000 yards of C&D material and also 60,000 yards of yard debris from the public and from public entities at Browns Island. And
Hey, pull that microphone.
what's that? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
the
sorry.
It moves.
Yeah. And the water truck's just a valuable tool there. We use that for the composting process because water is part of that. And it's a valuable firefighting tool because compost obviously involves heat as part of that process. And we end up getting hot spots and everything. And having this tool there on site is able to mitigate any of those hazards before they become real issues. So, options for consideration is approve the purchase order for the 2024 Freightliner water truck or not to approve the purchase order. It's staff's recommendations that we approve and purchase this water truck. So.
Mr. Chair, Andrew, is this your first time before us on a contract?
No.
No, he's been here before.
I know you've been here before, but I don't know that I can support it.
Okay.
You're more in favor of
200
fires at Browns Island?
You know, I'm glad he
gave
gave,
us options.
I know.
He
that's
gave
what
me
I'm saying.
options, you know.
He gave us the option not to support it. I've never had anybody
No,
say that
I'm
to
gonna
me.
give you the option. So.
Commissioner Cameron often tells people that you just make your ask and then be done.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll talk to people out of this app.
Yeah. Just, once you get the yes, right.
You can
All right.
support this purchase, or you can support fire at Browns Island. It's your choice.
I would just love to do that to somebody seriously, like sometime when they ask and just say, no, we're gonna deny it. After we went to a management update, heard about it, saying, no, you expect us to approve this?
Just please not when I'm up here.
All right. Okay, Mr. Chair, I'll move that we approve a purchase order with Premier Truck Group of Portland in the amount of $224,065 for the purchase of a 2024 Freightliner 4,000-gallon water truck for the Browns Island Compost Facility through April 30th, 2024.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
I just want to say for the record, Andrew, that it takes 2 commissioners to make any type of a vote. So even if he votes no.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I don't know. Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Andrew, will you stay for a minute after our meeting? Yeah. I want to chat with you. Thanks. Okay, that's all we have for our agenda today. Is there anything else,
Yeah,
Commissioners, that
Andrew,
you want to
I
discuss?
did want to ask him, because he mentioned, you mentioned, on a serious note, you mentioned the tonnage we took in 2022. How much of that was, do we know, related still to ice storm cleanup?
Okay, good question. So it was 60,000 yards of yard debris that we took in. It was roughly about 30,000 of that for 2022 was part of the public works cleanup of the entire county.
Wow.
So about 50% of that. So
Yeah, plus Salem brought stuff out there too, right? Still, or they were done.
that was primarily in 2021 that we
Okay.
took that material
Yeah,
in. So
all right. So half of it was still ice storm cleanup?
correct,
from-
yeah.
Wow, okay, thank you. Sorry, Mr. Chair.
No problem. I asked if there was anything else. You had something?
I have a couple things.
Yeah.
One, this afternoon at, I think, 3 o'clock. Let me look at my calendar. Maybe 3:30. I'm not sure if you're both joining me, but it's at 3 o'clock. I'm going to be heading over to the Agriculture Building at the Chemeketa campus to do the ribbon cutting for the new Wednesday market, the new farmers market over there. I'm very excited about that, and I'm still pressing for a Wednesday lunch market here downtown Salem. Come on, folks, come back. And then the second thing is that I unfortunately was out of state when you all passed the proclamation for May being Mental Health Awareness Month, which is a really important month for me. Because of my lived experience, but also right now the Marion County Health and Human Services Department has a video vote going on. So youth across different schools in Marion County put together videos showcasing different concepts of mental health and how to overcome particular situations. And so 6 different high school groups submitted their videos to the health department, and you can find the videos on the health department Facebook page. There's these little blue links that you go to the post and click on and watch each one, and then vote for your favorite by liking and commenting on that particular link. And then there'll be recognition for that body of youth, that group of youth, in the winning video submission. I spent this time this morning going through each one of them, and I'm always just so impressed by older youth, specifically in our community. I have teenagers, and sometimes I think, oh my gosh, they ever going to like get it together? But you know, when they're away from their parents, they really seem to have it together. And I really appreciate all these videos, but specifically the first one. It's called A Life Outside of Technology. And it's youth promoting people to get away from their devices and to be spending time kind of in their community environment in a healthier way. And it gives statistics on what screen time does to your brain and to your mental health and just to your body overall. And so anyway, I just want to drive the audience to go to the health department's Facebook page and look at these videos and share comments for these youth who spent their time to really kind of share what's important to them and get a glimpse into the minds and hearts of our youth here in Marion County. I think it's important.
Yeah, great suggestion.
Yeah.
Go do it.
You're so right about, raising my daughters. They were always pretty good workers, but when they worked for somebody else, I would always hear how good they were.
Yeah.
And I'd go, really?
I always say thank you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
great.
thank you. And to this day, they both work really hard, and so proud of them. And I love the youth wage grant that we do, and getting that early work experience and giving employers an incentive to hire youth. It's so important because do you remember your first real paycheck,
Big
right?
deal. Really big deal.
It's like a really big deal, $1.35 an hour, and I was washing dishes.
Got paid a little more when I first paid.
But I had money to, save, and maybe it was $1.65. I just remember it was under $2. But to get that first paycheck and to have an opportunity to actually work is a blessing for us. I mean, it really is something that we all need to do, and we live better as a result of that. So having the youth have that opportunity. Thank you for driving that 2 years ago when you first got here.
You're welcome.
And for the board supporting even more money going into that program. It'd be great to continue to follow it and get those testimonies, because it relates to what you're talking about right there, really.
One of the components of that youth wage grant that just came to mind, thinking, so I have 3 children, and my middle child has a job. She has a job. She's worked off and on for the last 9 months in different fields, and she's had a job in the food industry the last few months. And today she said, "Mom, can you go deposit my paycheck?" I was like, "Sure." And she was so frustrated. I just have to share this story. She was like, "Look at all this money that I'm making, and the government's taking it." And so we spent some time this morning, and I walked her through her pay stub and explained what each line was, so she could understand the contributions her money should be making if the government's doing their job right. And there's 2 particular lines on pay stubs that I'm proud to pay into because my mother had a severe disability and needed some support. And while I definitely think the government mismanages taxes across the board, I mean, not this government, but, you know, the state government specifically here in Oregon, and maybe federally. But what it taught me today is that our investment in youth through this youth wage grant, while my daughter's not a recipient of it, it gave me the concept of that these youth now have access to civic engagement. If somebody spends time explaining to them where their money is going and why they get a gross, pay and then a net pay and what that gap is. And I'm wondering if Limit Workforce Partnership, who we work with on that particular grant, would be interested in putting kind of an FAQ together to go with helping employers educate their employees on taxation and why it's important to pay attention to civic engagement and politics in your community and in your state, because you're literally paying for it when you have a job.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I think this is an area where we need to have more discussions.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of times the discussions, because there's a crisis in representation. A lot of times people don't feel like they're represented by the people in elected office. You get this sort of arms race where you're either for taxes or against taxes.
Right.
Right? And it's a very not nuanced thing, right? And I think when I think about this, I think one of the things that's super important that isn't always the case right now is everybody has to contribute to our community.
Right.
Some ways that you have to contribute is through your taxes, but there's much more that gets done in our community because of people's contributions outside of just your what you pay in taxes, right?
Right.
But sometimes we have these strange conversations, especially like around the homeless situation, where you can have folks who act like there are certain people in our community who don't have to contribute to our community.
Yeah.
And that's just not true. Everybody has to contribute. All of us do, right? And then when you have a situation where everybody's contributing, then you can have a real conversation about, are the people who are responsible for that money that we're giving, are they using it to serve the public, or are they using it for some other reason, right?
Right.
I think that's where the frustration comes in, is where you see government agencies, and I'll say it out loud, like the state hospital, getting our tax dollars, but then not providing the service that they said they were going to provide to people, right? And then you have folks on our streets who are hurting, who aren't getting the care they need. I don't have any problem paying for the state hospital to take care of people. I have a big problem paying the state hospital to not take care of people.
Yeah,
right?
me
That
too.
really frustrates me. And I think that's what frustrates a lot of people with your taxes, is we all have to contribute in order to make our community as a whole work together for the common good. But if the folks that are responsible for safeguarding those contributions, basically break that trust, it really creates a crisis in your community. And so I think that's part of what we do every day, is try to rebuild that trust, by being responsive. And I was going to say, we always, I think the three of us, we do our best at the time that we're making the decisions to make good ones. And I would say with the youth wage grant, I look back and I'm very proud of that decision. Even in retrospect, I think it was a good one. So it's nice to have those ones that on the front end you think is a good decision, then a couple years later you look back and you're like, wow, that was a good decision.
Yeah, I agree.
The oath says to the best of my ability, right?
That's it.
I mean,
Yeah.
it does, and nobody's perfect. And Commissioner Bethel, I think it's really cool that your daughter was like asking those questions. I was just making a note, because I've always taught my kids that, hey, you might think you own the property, but you don't. The government charges you and they tell you what you can do with it. And I was just saying, I have property here in town that I pay $730 a month in property taxes. I've shown you that
What?
property tax statement, right?
That's an astonishing amount of money.
That's it's like an $8,800 a year property tax bill,
Wow.
That's an astonishing amount of money.
right?
Well, that is
I'm
and
super glad I
that's-
live in unincorporated Marion.
That's on
Just
top
saying.
of, that's on top of the mortgage, right? I mean,
Yeah,
if you have a
that's a lot.
mortgage. So you think about that. So when you get your property tax statement, show it to your daughter, say, yeah, we may be making this payment on the mortgage, but we also are paying the government, and they tell us what we can and can't do here.
Yeah.
Based on policy.
They hear it. Trust me, they hear it. It's
Yeah.
not like I go home and don't share how I feel about
But
the
the
government.
first time they have to do it, they really
hurts.
it opens the curtain when they really have to do it.
I think it's important that kids get that first paycheck and they look at that pay stub. It was really an eye-opener for her, and I'm not gonna lie, she's pissed. She was like, I worked all these hours and they kept that money, and I was like, yep. And then we looked at the year to date, how much how much she's made in gross and how much they've taken in taxes, and that made her even more mad. So
Important life lessons.
that's right. Anyway, thank you for letting me share.
Oh, that's great. All right.
Anything else?
It's, we miss spring, but summer's here.
That's pretty good, huh?
Only till next week, and then it's back to
Back to
spring.
or
Yeah.
back to whatever.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
have decided
Votes
that.
are going in this weekend.
Oh,
that's right.
They went in last weekend, but I'm gonna put mine in this weekend.
I am too.
Yeah, good.
It also,
The prayers worked.
There's
The prayers for the lake worked.
that's right.
Came up quick.
There's an election on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I forgot because I already returned my ballot in last
Good
week.
job.
If you haven't, make sure you vote.
Well-
Vote, vote.
I'm in a
My-
new school district, so I had to do a lot of research.
Mine's Detroit, so,
Oh.
I think the only thing we had up there was fire district.
Oh.
Yeah.
And school, there was some school board runs, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're. What did they? I got a. If people are not signed up for the Marion County Clerk's voter
I get it.
notification system, it's super easy. You just go to the clerk's website, click on the link, and fill out the information. I believe you both are getting phone calls. I'm getting.
No, I get text.
Okay.
I get phone calls. I'd like to switch that.
Yeah.
I like the text.
I get a text message, and yesterday I got a text message reminding me that Tuesday was election day and that my ballot needed to be postmarked by Tuesday in order to be counted in this election under the new rule. I personally think you should just take it to the ballot drop box and drop it off, because that's for sure how it's going to get counted. But don't forget to vote. Every community has a vote going on, so everybody that's registered should have a ballot.
There you go. Very good.
Yep. Great.
So I got mine on Thursday at 3:46. Kevin C. Message from the Marion County Clerk Elections. Your ballot envelope for May 16th, 2023 special district election has been accepted and your ballot is being processed.
Look at that. You can wear
for
your
counting.
I voted sticker all week now.
I didn't wear it.
We can get you one on the way
I
up.
know. Good. All right,
All right. Is there anything else?
please
No,
vote.
thank you.
All right. We're adjourned.